Sports on 1010XL.
Not a bad way to start a Monday, broadcasting live here at Deer Creek for the 5th annual, can't believe it's already been 5 years.
That is crazy.
Daly's Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic. And Frank's going to join us at 3:15, but the auction is now live, and there are so many good things on here. For instance, Jags home opener, 4 club seats and parking. Do you know how premium parking is?
Yeah,
going
especially right now.
Yeah,
Wow,
2026.
that's kind of sweet.
You've got, speaking of suites, Jumbo Shrimp Suite and Ceremonial First Pitch. You've got Atlanta Braves tickets and pregame batting practice pass access, so that's awesome. You've got some, obviously, autographed stuff from the Jags.
Yeah, there's a Bortles. I know how much you guys love your Bortles out
That's
there.
right. There's a
Heck
Bortles,
yeah.
there's a Trevor, there's a Travis Hunter, all of those autographed.
Brock
so
Bowers,
super
Acuna,
cool.
there's some
That's
good
great.
stuff.
Yeah, if you love sports, and especially if you want to support Walk-Off Charities, go to walkoffcharities.com. The auction link will appear right away, and you can bid away, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, some really good stuff in there. And I mean, we've talked so much about this, but I never want to let it go away of the point of Walk-Off Charities and how important it is to the community and what Frank and everybody that is a part of this have created, because you don't realize until you are around a world like this how much kids just want to play and don't have the money to play, or don't have the some parents just can't buy the gear and buy gloves and bats and all of that stuff, and it gets expensive. And so some kids are missing out on whole experiences of not only just playing the game, but like everything else that comes along with sports in general, and the kid being around other kids and learning to the leadership, the development of everything. So it's really, really cool what he's created, and it's crazy that it's 5 years. I remember when he first started it, I'm like, man, the concept of this is really cool. And there's been time and time again, like my cousin works for them now. In the beginning, I was like, this is something you would love. And I feel like it's really fun to watch how big it's grown so far.
Well, 5 years for the golf tournament. Next spring will be 10.
I was about to
10
say.
years.
'Cause
Yeah, 2017 is when it all.
That's so
began.
crazy.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville always answers the bell. I mean, that's one of the many reasons I love living here is that any and all charity events that I attend or go to, we hear about. It's always well attended, and same with walk-off charities. And you're right, Taylor. I mean, a bat's like a couple $100. A glove, I don't know what it is, 150 cleats. It all adds up.
Fees to even play in the league.
To just get into the play, So it's
with gas as expensive as it is, and everything.
No doubt.
Obviously, the price
Getting
of
back
everything
and
going
forth.
up. Yeah, and I'm sure Frank will shed more light on how it all got started 10 years ago. But basically, he didn't ever want there to be a kid looking around the classroom, seeing another kid in a uniform, and not being able to play. And obviously, Frank's love is baseball.
Right.
There's now softball that they've
right, and like you were saying, it's more than just playing baseball. I mean, sports. I mean, everything you go through in sports or drama or whatever. You go through in life, and you're teaching life skills, and it's just through baseball, which is fantastic. You always hear the lessons learned from whatever sport you end up playing, or whatever group, drama group, or band group, whatever, marching band, dance, you're learning these life lessons. So it's a great thing. And as far as Frank's concerned, I mean, talk about leaving a great impact, man, just making a great impact, and how many people. And at the end of the day, that's what life's all about, right? How many people can you impact out there in a positive fashion? And Walk-Off Charity is a great example of doing just that.
Yeah, I would imagine that Frank looked at what Tom Coughlin had started with the J Fund and said, how can I, with the platform that we have here at 1010XL, how can I make an impact? And it's not about him, obviously. He'll tell you that. But yeah, Frank will join us at 3:15 today. So certainly we'll talk a lot about Walk-Off Charities. And again, go to walkoffcharities.com. Check out those fantastic auction items. So Taylor, yesterday, Dad Bods plays at Monkey's Uncle and Jack's Beach.
Yes.
That's right.
Sounded phenomenal. Have an extra guitar player up there?
No, we 5.
Normally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
For some
but
reason, I thought
Yeah.
there was an extra.
He took over on a couple songs, but he was the band was on point yesterday.
Yeah.
They were the drummer, bass, both guitarists. And I love when, I don't know if people, I imagine people do, but I love it when I can walk off the stage and I just let them have it.
Yeah,
and they
have
just
their moments.
jam.
That's fun, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I sit there next to them like rocking and doing my air instruments. I think it's awesome too. But yeah, it was a great time.
It was a great time. And I now learned why most people like to hold a guitar while they're on stage. So Tom asked me if I would join them for one song. So I did, Any Way You Want It. And I realized
What to
I
do
don't
with
know
their
what to do
hands.
with my hands.
Yeah.
Like
right.
I needed a
Good
guitar
one.
just to like hold, even if you're not really strumming.
Yeah, just
Like,
fake it.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
that's why he air guitars. Now
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand so much
Yeah.
because I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, so we've been bringing up ladies from the crowd just for that song. It's a high note. I can't hit it ever, so I don't even want to try. And it's fun to get the crowd
Oh,
into
yeah.
it.
That's
It's a
fun.
cool song, any way you want it, by Journey. So yeah, it was good. LB did a good job. And,
Thank you.
And it was a lot of fun. And yeah, we actually our last set we were like, so we played from 3 to 7, and our last set we're like, we're just gonna do 90. Let's just do an hour and a half and rock it out. And
I love that.
And we did, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
How many shirts were going through?
4.
Four
yeah,
shirts.
yeah. Thank goodness I wear dark pants. You can't tell if I'm sweating or
You're
not, but
sweating
trust me,
there.
I'm a little sweaty there too.
And
That's
that was
awesome, though.
indoors.
It
That
was
was with
indoors,
air
yeah,
conditioning,
with air
as a matter of
conditioning,
fact. Yeah.
What a cool environment. A great place to go to sports. I mean, the TVs are everywhere.
Yeah.
They had so many. I didn't even count them. You got to count them when I'm in there next time. It's awesome, but great food. Great spot.
When do the dad bods play again?
We are playing. Actually, we're playing a corporate gig on Tuesday, the 23rd.
Okay.
On board the USS Orleck.
Oh,
that's
cool.
so
Can't wait.
so cool.
I asked our GM if I could borrow Jake and a couple of his guys, see if they'll come and film some of it for me.
Oh, they would.
I want to do my original Man What a Life on the
Yeah.
ship, and videotape that.
No,
Oh,
because
that's
it's
cool.
corporate. Will your family be able to go?
Most likely not.
Okay.
No, it's
So,
a
yeah, then-
Tuesday night. Too.
right.
They're
But then you really need the video to be able to share it.
Yeah.
Because for
Definitely.
people who don't know, you wrote that song for your dad.
Absolutely.
Parents, but
Yeah.
for your dad. By
Yeah.
the way, since we are talking baseball, earlier today, Alabama did
Saw
eliminate
that.
St. John 7-2. That game was suspended yesterday,
Yeah,
and then
saw
about
that. Yeah.
4 hours later, they finally decided to postpone it
Yeah.
to today. And then Oklahoma is beating Kansas. That one's a little bit of a surprise considering that regional is in Kansas. But
Yeah.
it's now Oklahoma 10, Kansas 1, bottom
Wow.
of the 6. So assuming Oklahoma wins,
Yeah.
they will also be headed to Omaha.
I tell you, it's funny. Like even yesterday, as we're getting ready for the show, and then some of our friends that showed up, we're talking college baseball, and we're all
He's like, look at me.
I know.
love it.
No, but it's funny because they even
I
said
have
the same
rubbed
thing.
off
Like,
on
like,
you.
go
I've watched more college baseball than ever. I'm like, man, me too. I sat there on Saturday and watched this North Carolina pitcher. I guess he's like a real big draft prospect. Throw a complete game 2-hitter. He was unbelievable. He was throwing 95 in like the last inning. I'm like, holy cow! So
Imagine
I don't
letting
know,
your
man.
pitcher
Totally
pitch.
into it.
Yeah,
Totally into
no,
it.
and that's where Taylor
fun.
mentioned this. Like the guys get called up so much faster now.
Yeah.
So that,
Okay.
and I don't know exactly. I wasn't watching that game. I was watching Georgia Mississippi State. But
Yeah.
that's someone who, if they're a guy that let's say gets drafted pretty high,
Yeah.
we might see him in Major
Absolutely.
League Baseball.
Soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask
way
you this
sooner.
because we talked about it last week. Why do they let him go the complete game, and not take him out? Or is his pitch
that's
count
just the
much higher?
coach's decision.
Well, like,
yeah.
when we
What do
talked
you
about
think it is though? Like
Caden
his
McDonald
gut?
is different because he's not a starting pitcher. Was only a
Okay.
relief pitcher all season
Okay.
long. So that's totally
So
different.
if
than
you're a
the
starter,
starting-
you're maybe expected to go 9.
not expected
Not
these days,
expected, but you will go 9?
7, I would say, is
Yeah.
what you would
Okay.
like
I
feel
your
like-
starters to
okay.
go.
Yeah, in majors now it's like 6 almost. You're
Okay.
seeing them get
Okay.
pulled after 6 a lot now.
So then the
They're
gut
trying to
was the
save
rest,
their
I
arm a
guess.
little bit, what it is. And like sometimes if you have relief pitchers that you trust enough, you'll see ones come in. Like it'll happen where the starter's just not on it. They'll pull them after 1, and
Yeah.
that relief pitcher has to go, a
Right.
lot longer than they're used to going, more than an inning or 2. But it is all coaches' decision where they feel like what that kid's arm can handle.
Yeah.
If they feel like he can go another 15 pitches, they'll push it. But they
Or if
are
he's starting to get wild.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
right.
if the pitches
Yeah.
are getting
Yeah,
a
you
little
can kinda
crazy or
tell.
the velocity's going down. There's
That
a lot
kid
of
wasn't-
reasons.
He was on point, a North
Yeah.
Carolina guy. He was
It's-
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I love baseball, so it's one of the situations for me where like I enjoy that sport so much that it's fun for me to watch it get so popular because watching my brother playing in college and my stepdad, I didn't get to watch him, but he played college baseball and he would talk about it all the time. So growing up, that's like everything I heard and learned was baseball. And so I love, and I mentioned this a few weeks ago when I was talking about Major League Baseball, how I feel like even the majors feel like they're coming back a little bit compared to what they were for a while. Like I'm hearing a lot of friends who didn't watch baseball for a lot of years now watching baseball because you have these stars again. And for so long, you had a couple, but they played for the Angels. You had Trout, who, played for the Angels and so played for a team that wasn't really good or exciting. And he's not the most exciting player. But now you have these superstars that are making people want to love the game again. And I think that it starts in college baseball, obviously, with having these kids who get called up so soon. And you're seeing the College World Series. They've built this fun thing now with like Rocco's and Jello shots, and celebrities now go to this to support their teams. We saw it this whole last few weeks of all the different former athletes and celebrities at different games supporting
Rocco's
their teams.
is about to get annihilated because Pat McAfee and everyone that is West Virginia. Well, the LSU, everyone believed that the LSU Jello shot record at Rocco's would never be broken.
Right.
And now people really think it might. Yeah, it might. Now, West Virginia has to play well.
Hard Rock.
I'm sure you can. And later this week, we'll talk to the owner of Rocco's, which I'm really looking forward to. So the other teams that are in Omaha, West Virginia, we know because we just talked about it with the shot record, but also they beat Cal Poly. 5 people were injured and had to be taken to the hospital when they had a really bad storm roll in. All of the Northeast of our country, I feel like, was impacted by storms. You saw in Pittsburgh, Morgan Wallen had to cancel his Saturday night concert. Some other stuff was canceled. But so, the storm rolls in. An event tent ended up like blowing over and injured 5 people. Hopefully they're fine. Hopefully, like I said, Troy beat Little Rock very easily. And I wanted to mention this. Jacob Rudner, who works for Baseball America, he was the first to report it. But Florida ended up firing its pitching coach.
Yeah, I just
who had been there for 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, David Kopp. Obviously, it's not all his fault that Florida's bullpen melted down, but Florida's relievers in the regional gave up 27 runs in just the relievers in the regional last weekend, and then 8 on Monday. Ole Miss won at Auburn. Georgia won at home against Mississippi State. If you didn't see
a crazy game.
Yeah, both of those games were insane.
Speaking of like changing your pitcher, then he gives up 3 solo shots. Like,
You're like,
get the hell out of here.
That's the thing. Like, you just never know.
Right.
North Carolina won their regional. They beat USC, like Tom mentioned, and then Texas beat Oregon. So, and then, like I said, Alabama now joins them, and most likely Oklahoma as well. But a lot of I feel like fun stuff. Although, to someone who played baseball like Brian did, he tells me that there's no humility left in college baseball. And some people
athletics.
Some people love it. Like you get walked and you're like doing stuff to your dugout. Some people love that stuff. Other people are like, get to first base. You didn't get a hit. You got you got walked, kid. But either way, it will be fun to follow.
That's that generation. People are going to have to get used to it because that's just how they've grown up.
Yeah. So, I don't like the sliding gloves. I think those are weak.
The
bunt, it's weird. I feel like when you try to bunt, you aren't confident in hitting. How about the kid that...
I feel like you have to be very confident to bunt.
Gosh, I don't... Well, it's because it's hard to bunt.
well.
Yeah.
To bunt. How about I don't know if you saw the game. What game was it? The kid kept trying to bunt. Finally, the pitcher just threw it at his face and hit him in the head.
Yikes.
I thought that was great. I was like, yeah, that's right. I mean, it was like 4 different tries of bunt. He couldn't get it straight. Finally,
so he's like, fine, just
I think he just clipped him in his chin. It was great.
Ouch.
Yeah. He didn't get hurt. So
I did see
that
Jacob Mizorowski, who throws over 100. He accidentally hit a guy in the head, and that was a really scary
hit by
situation.
He holds like 95 of the top 100 fastest pitches this year.
He hit over 103 miles per hour over the weekend.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. All right, let's get it to Brendan Sorsby, since that's certainly in the news.
It's a fun one.
Exactly. We'll talk about that when we return.
Of humility.
Exactly. You're listening to Helmets and Heels live here from Deer Creek on a Big Chief Tire Monday, 10 to next on 92.5 FM.
From sunup to sundown,
when the sun goes down,
nobody covers the Jaguars like 1010XL. Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL. Installed by Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
The Gator baseball team likely still sore over missing out on a Super Regional. Fired their pitching coach, David Kopp. Gator baseball coach Kevin O'Sullivan making the decision late last week after Florida gave up 26 total runs and back-to-back losses to Troy. The Florida football team picking up more commitments during this key summer stretch of visits, landing pledges from a half dozen recruits over the past couple of visit weekends.
Jeff Prosser here. When you need new windows or doors, you want high-end quality without the middleman markup, and that's why I'm telling you about Cash Building Material. Same premium materials, same beautiful finishes, but at a price that actually makes sense for your home. No subcontractors, no runaround, just their own experienced crews who treat your house like it's theirs. If you want it done right, the first time, get a quote today. Thank me tomorrow. For windows and doors, search Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday on Helmets and Heels.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pickett here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Hey, Hicken here, folks. It's happening. It is happening. We're going fairway, lush, and green at the Hicken household for, topdressing.com. Treated my yard, and I'm telling you guys, another company cannot do what they do. They have the custom equipment, that secret mix. You can't buy it in the store. Heck, it takes a year to make. With topdressing.com, you're amending your soil, and it's thriving. Make your neighbors jealous. Get to topdressing.com today or call 888-850-1850 for your free estimate.
Champions aren't born, they're built. Follow 1010XL's coverage of organized team activities. Installed by Cash Building Material and Dexafit Jacksonville. Keep the offseason rolling with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
This Father's Day, get Dad on the water with Green Acres Sporting Goods. If he fishes in Northeast Florida, this is where he goes. Rods, reels, tackle, bait, and all the gear he actually uses. Not sure what to get Dad? Grab a Green Acres gift card in any amount and let him decide. Shop Father's Day at Green Acres Sporting Goods. In store or online at greenacresporting.com.
ET here for Encore Research. And this summer, discover the power of research. Clinical studies are helping researchers find better ways to prevent, diagnose, and treat disease. And community members like you make it all possible. Your participation could help drive the next generation of healthcare discoveries. Find out how you can make a difference at EncoreDocs.com. Research moves forward because of volunteers like you. Let's build a healthier Jacksonville together.
Hear the unmistakable sound of legendary guitarist and vocalist Tom Kiefer of Cinderella. Friday, June 12th at Florida Theater. Tom Kiefer of Cinderella. With special guest, LA Guns. Hear all the hits. Get tickets now at the Florida Theater box office and floridatheater.com. Produced by Elko Concerts Florida Theater.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Sit right here for half an hour. We'll speak of what.
Will you be hearing this song tonight?
Yes.
Okay. I thought
so
for sure
excited.
RJ was going to come back with the Journey song that we were just talking about, and so now it makes more sense.
Yep, this is tonight. Under Oath Goes Downtown. I'm so excited. I was telling you, I haven't seen them in a venue. It's formerly known as Underbelly, now Albatross. I haven't seen them in a venue this small. I don't know if ever, because even they started blowing up in like pretty quickly when they made an album. They already like grew pretty big right away. So when I started listening to them in like 2005, 2006, they were already playing in not like stadiums, but they were playing at like House of Blues and Hard Rock and stuff like that are still pretty, pretty big music venues. And so most of the places I've ever seen him have been like that or Warped Tours and stuff like that. And so they are doing it. It's like a rewind. They're calling it like Warped Tour or something. So it's supposed to feel more intimate with like not as many people. And I'm so excited.
It's a great
gosh.
That'll be fun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love that venue anyways. But
yeah, we've been to a couple shows there. Always an absolute blast, like you said. Every Monday, I tell you about the Big Chief Tire Extra Mile program. Every tire purchase at Big Chief automatically enrolls you in that Extra Mile program. You can find them online at WeKeepJacksRollin.com, and you'll get free tire rotations with every visit after the tire purchase, $10 off every oil change automatic enrollment at all 6 Jacksonville area Big Chief Tire locations. All right, so I don't think anyone was surprised when the judge in Texas ruled in favor of Brendan Sorsby. Sorsby, for most people, or people that don't know, I suppose that's not many people nowadays, but he made thousands of bets, including betting on his own team once upon his time, but he wants to play college football for Texas Tech. Texas Tech's big money guy said that they will pay him the $5 million that they owe him, even though he will have to miss the first 2 games against Abilene Christian and Oregon State. The NCAA, of course, strongly disagrees with this, but the NCAA is completely and totally powerless.
Yeah. I've read where this judge, he says that Sorsby's attorneys demonstrated he will suffer a probable, imminent, and irreparable injury if he's unable to play. Well, no beep, Sherlock. That's the penalty for gambling. $90,000. He bet 40 times on Indiana. Now, he wasn't playing, but he's on the team.
Yeah.
Does that smell Pete Rose to you? It smells like Pete Rose to me. Like you ban that guy forever. Like you're just going to let, he can't play. Poor little Jimmy can't play because he broke, I don't know, every ethical law in the world.
And he'll be sad if he's not playing, so that's why we have to let him play.
Yeah, he can't find a safe space if he
How
doesn't
are these
play.
cases, by the way, getting done so quickly?
Yeah.
Like, if you have to go through the court system in a normal situation, it can take months, if not years, to get everything sorted
It's
through.
not normal.
These are just
people just trying to get a divorce.
I know, it takes months.
I'm like, it's
I don't understand how these are like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think that there's a lot of things when I first read this that came to my mind. Number one, this is the beginning of a lot of problems if they don't start quickly figuring something out, because now this is going to be that let's point to this anytime the NCAA isn't doing anything that is something we don't want them to do. And that doesn't even, I don't think, has to do with gambling. It can be, when we talk about tampering, when we talk about whatever it is, what they're going to do is say, hey, well, this was in the rule book and you let this guy just keep you appeal, go to court, you get to play. And then there's other, and we've seen this now multiple times in circumstances. We talk about Chambliss being the same thing. You just appeal a few times and eventually you let him back in. So now
Joey Aguilar, I think, is the only one that I know.
And that's what I heard Primetime talking about that. And I'm like, that's a good point, because now if I was him, I'd be furious. And I'm like, everybody else just gets to do whatever they want to do.
I guess because he
can't
already,
in the NFL. I did see, so the NCAA president, Charlie Baker, this was his quote on it. So he said, there's no better example of why targeted intervention from Congress is necessary. When you have schools and deep-pocketed supporters willing to look the other way on the glaring integrity threat of betting on your own team, and judges whose rulings effectively strip away your ability to stop them, only Congress can equip the NCAA to apply this common sense rule to everyone fairly and consistently. The Protect College Sports Act would empower the NCAA to enforce rules, including the gambling restrictions it needed now more than ever, which is exactly what it is. And however you feel about it, where like maybe you're one of those people that say whatever, let them bet, you're letting this whole entire world benefit, the sporting world in general benefit off of getting, people betting. And I know NCAA, they have their weirdness about it, but they're making money. People are watching college athletics because they have money on them, and that's definitely a known thing. So they are benefiting off of the gambling, but it's in the rules. Like, not everything that is your job rules or school rules or parental rules do you agree with, but they're set in place for reasons. And when you break them, you get consequence. And now it's to the point where it's like, okay, well, you can break them and you'll get a slap on the wrist, or we'll just ignore it because the government's going to get involved in it, and it's going to be, whatever, pushed aside anyway, so who cares? So it gets to the point where even if you're one of those people who, because I've seen multiple on Twitter today, like, let them bet, who cares, what's it affecting? And maybe not on your own team, but bet on the sport, who cares? But at some point in time, you have to be like, there's rules, and there's rules set in place for a reason. If you break those rules, you get consequences.
But that's the problem now, is there's no consequences,
Yeah.
and the rules, people have changed. Obviously, the courts have changed. So in the end, Brendan Sorsby, I'm sure, will play this season after missing the first 2 games, and that'll be his punishment.
Abilene or whoever.
Abilene Christian and Oregon State. Yeah, and he's going to get his, like I said, his $5 million. That's just, I think Cody Campbell.
You know what? We got to reward kids like this. I mean, the poor guy, the anguish he must have been going through this past month and so. I feel bad for the kid.
I mean, I will say,
give him $10 million.
I will say, like,
he deserves it.
there is something to, we throw names around in this industry that we're in, right? Like that's one thing that we talk about all the time, like certain particular players in every sport, right? And we throw their names around as if they're not sometimes human people, right? Like humans with feelings, right? Like we just talk about, oh, so-and-so got arrested for this, and we just move right along. And like that person, especially if they weren't guilty, because have seen that too, where the world finds out that they are charged with something, but then in the end they end up acquitted. That happened recently. And so we jump to conclusions, we throw all that around, we talk negatively about them, and then we move along and it doesn't affect us anymore. But those people obviously have had their their names dragged through the mud. Now, granted, Sorsby is guilty of everything that he did, but that's what their camp is saying is like, well, I'm suffering damage if I'm not able to play college football.
Too bad. Whatever happened to the too bad answer? Don't gamble.
Yeah, we can't do that
like it's written in your law book of college athletics. Yeah. The NFL, you can gamble. You can't gamble on the NFL, and you can't gamble on site of
in the facilities.
Even in the parking lot. Yeah. Like you can't pull up in your car, and a degenerate gambler needs to be ready to make these bets.
I got to get my parlay.
They're like, we don't want them. Yeah. We don't keep that kid away from our league, man. We got enough problems with our league.
Well, and I don't think that when you talk about beyond that, it's teaching, to me, when stuff like this happens, it's teaching that it's okay and you'll get away with it because of whatever money they've already promised you to pay, or whatever person and this judge and whatever ties there are. And then so when you get to the NFL, that's when some of these problems roll over into that, because it's like, well, I got away with it in college, so I'm going to get away with things again in the NFL. And then that's when things kind of spiral out of control. There has to be some sort of set base of, you've got to follow rules. You can't break laws and break rules and expect to just continue on with things normal. Like that's not how the world works. But for certain people, it is. Like Sorsby,
it's hilarious to me too, because it's judges. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like you're the ones
put in power. They're elected and put in power to be able to try and control what's right and what's wrong. And they're the ones going, well, because I am Texas Tech is my alma mater. I'm a graduate. I'm an alum of that school. Yeah, of course I want you to be able to play Sorsby. Go on, get out there and get us some wins.
Or why am I wasting my time with this case? So let me just get it over and let the kid go play football.
Yeah,
and
you want go play football in another league. College is over.
Yeah.
So go try out for your arena team.
Go
you
try
love
to
the
make
game
it the
so
next
much,
level.
go to UFL.
If you really need football.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Go try somewhere else. But I wouldn't let that kid back in. I don't know. I mean, again, you're setting a precedent.
Yeah.
And then you're right. I mean, what says nobody can
Anybody
do that?
else? Any other rule?
Gamble all you want.
I mean, at the end of the day, we knew this is what was going to happen, because that's the way, other than, like I said, that Joey Aguilar trying to get his 6 year of eligibility, every other judge has ruled in favor of the student athletes. And are they even student athletes anymore, or should we just call them athletes? I'm not sure. I think what frustrates me is we lump all college athletes together, and all of these other sports, other than maybe men's basketball, some baseball, but the other sports are like, hey, I do still go to school.
Yeah.
I do still, compete my butt off. I'm not getting a lot of money. I might be getting paid a little bit. We've seen Najee Kennedy, the Texas Tech, of course, Texas Tech, right? The softball player who was the first $1 million softball player. We've heard rumblings about some other sports, like a volleyball getting $1 million here and there. But for the most part, most student athletes aren't getting these crazy funds. They're on scholarship, and they're
getting some stuff.
Sure. And then they have great academics. They have great nutrition. They get more than the average student, but they're not the ones that we are constantly talking about on air.
Right. And when young kids have money like that, what do you think happens?
They gamble.
They do
or
a
they
lot
drive
of stuff.
recklessly.
They do a lot of stuff.
Because they're in a car.
I'm glad I didn't have that kind of money back then.
Yeah. I mean, and
Might
that
not be here.
and that type of situation, we're glad you're here, Tommy. And that type of situation, I think too, it's kind of, when, to your point, Lauren, when you're talking about we don't talk about all of those other people. What we do is we do praise certain athletes when it comes to, especially recently with the portal and the way it got out of control. Credit to this person for spending all 4 years in the college. That's where we've come to in college athletics, where we're praising players for just not transferring 12 times by the time they're in college. And it almost is it's now become so much other stuff beyond football that it's turned into where if you're talking about them, it's probably bad. in a sense of not talking about the play, but outside of the play. If you're talking about that athlete, it's probably because they transferred a lot, or they're getting a ton of money, or they were racing a car, or they've appealed something multiple times. Like, those are the names that we know. It's almost like offensive linemen, where it's like you talk about them if they jump or they get a penalty or they allowed a big sack. You're not like, man, look at that, look at that block. It's almost to that point where if we're talking about them off the football field, it's because something is wrong.
I totally agree. By the way, on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 904-641-1010, y'all can always get in on the conversation. One person wants to know what the fee is for dad bods. So that does not include me singing. That's just the fee for dad bods. I'm free.
And if Taylor comes out, holy cow, you gotta have more money.
Right.
Man, it's gonna
but
cost a lot.
we'll let that person know.
It's going to cost a lot.
It's going to be very expensive. One person asked, why can't the NCAA appeal? I'm sure they can, but I don't know that they want to go through
Keep doing
this, right? Like, the judge is going to keep ruling in favor of Sorsby. We know that.
Yeah.
That's what
and then
we learned.
it's giving attention to the negative of college football again too. So it's also, do they want to keep pushing it? Because to your point and what we just said is, then you're talking about the bad parts of college football. And does the NCAA want to keep making all the storylines heading into football season about how there's everything screwed up? Like, I don't think at some point they're just like, whatever, play football, because we want to talk about the actual game and coaches and players and the actual X's and O's.
Leverage.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, because they were once too strong and powerful, but it just shifted the complete other way. All right, more to do on the other side. We are live here at Deer Creek. It is a fantastic event, the Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic, brought to you by Dailies. The auction is live at walkoffcharities.com, so you can get in on that. That is not gambling, by the way.
That's right.
Submitting bids for auction items. And, of course, it goes to a great cause. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on a Big Chief Tire Monday, 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Yeah, I know how awful it is to get injured, but not like my friend Tom, who got rear-ended last year. Tom McManus here. Morgan & Morgan can help you. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. 1,000 lawyers, 100 offices across the nation, and over $30 billion recovered. And guess what? They don't get a single penny unless you do. A proven track record with backup. Hard to find these days, but not with Morgan & Morgan. For the people, that's right. Get injured due to someone's neglect, get paid. Dial Pound Law or check out forthepeople.com.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday. The local Jacksonville shop for fair prices and service you can trust.
Hey, Tom McManus here for Armstrong Fence Company, a locally owned First Coast business for nearly 20 years. Hurricane season is here, so don't wait for that first storm warning. Your fence is your first line of defense. Loose boards, weak posts, or damage can turn into big problems in high winds. Armstrong Fence Company, they handle repairs and build from stadiums to backyards. Get a pre-storm fence check today. Call Armstrong Fence Company or search online. Armstrong Fence Company. Yeah, we did the fence.
The 2026 schedule is here, and Jaguars football is officially back at the bench. With limited capacity this season, it's more important than ever to show up loud and create the ultimate home field advantage. From our biggest rivalries to can't-miss matchups, this is a season you won't want to miss. Single game tickets are on sale, and now's the time to lock in your seats for the games that matter most. Inventory is limited, and tickets are expected to go fast. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Fred Taylor. If you've been in an auto accident, you need a team who knows how to get you back on your feet and back to your life. At North Florida Medical Center, they don't just treat the injury, they treat the whole person, from physical therapy to pain management. North Florida Medical Center has a team of experts ready to help you heal and recover. I trust the team here at North Florida Medical Center, and you can too. So don't wait. Call North Florida Medical Center and get the care you deserve.
Hey, it's Greg, and I'm now 4 weeks into my Awaken 180 journey to lose 40 pounds in 10 weeks, and I'm already down over 20 pounds. That's average 5 pounds a week. I'm eating real food, good food, and feeling satisfied. And yeah, people are noticing. I'm getting comments like, you're looking slimmer, or when's the last time you wore that shirt? That feels pretty good. You know, some people ask, hey, are you taking the shots or pills or whatever? But my doctor advised me about the potential long-term side effects and the commitment. You know, shortcut was not the answer. I wanted a realistic solution that definitely works. A clear plan with an actual human coach so I'd learn the right way to lose weight quickly and safely and keep it off. And that's exactly what Awaken 180 has given me, a clear, easy plan to lose 40 pounds in 10 weeks. And I'm already halfway there. So look, if you're unsure or been putting it off or like me, just finding excuses, I'm proof that Awaken 180 works. How would you feel being down 20, 40, even 100 pounds? Make the choice. Go to awaken180weightloss.com.
Hi, this is Randy Goodwin with PRI Productions. We're proud to partner with Dreams Come True, a Jacksonville nonprofit that grants the dreams of children that are facing life-threatening illnesses. Join us for Dream Day on Saturday, June 27th from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at PRI Productions, located at 1819 Kings Avenue in San Marco. Come cheer on 35 incredible children and help make their day unforgettable. It's all free. You just need to be there Saturday, June 27th, Dream Day. Hope to see you there.
College football isn't just a season, it's a sisterhood. Bold Ladies is the women's membership group of the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl, where community, connection, and college football come together. This is Stacy from 1010XL, and I enjoy my membership. From exclusive events to networking, philanthropy, and unforgettable game day experiences, Bold Ladies is where women make an impact. Visit TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com and join today.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
1, 2, 3, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
Taylor Tom McManus, I'm Lauren Brooks with you live here at Deer Creek. RJ Saunders back at 1010XL headquarters, and we are here live at Deer Creek because of Frank Frangie and Walk-Off Charities, the Dailies 5th annual. We still cannot believe it's the 5th annual Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic. Thanks for having us out here.
Oh, thank you guys for coming out. It means a lot for you to come out here, and we had maybe the best tournament we've ever had. It was the right amount of players, packed house as always, great sponsors, our friends from Dailies and so many others. And it was last year it rained like crazy.
Yeah,
So
I was telling Lauren that.
right,
It was like, it was a downpour last year.
Yeah, and so everybody got in. It's a perfect day because it was warm but overcast.
Yeah.
And it was just great. This has been a big year for us. And Lauren knows because Lauren helped us launch Walk Off. I tell her all the time, Lauren and about 3 or 4 of us decided to do this, and Lauren was on Team Walk Off, and so but
I was just the hot dog lady.
Yeah, she's way more than that. But she was the hot dog lady. So
Yeah. I mean, that's important to me,
that's
okay?
right. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, that was fantastic. Taylor walked in the door. Can I tell the story?
Yeah.
Taylor walked in the door today. I mean, buddy, there's a packed house, and there's golfers, and there's
a whole buffet of
there's a buffet, and there's memorabilia and an auction item. And Taylor goes, "Can I get a hot dog?" I mean, she walked in the door. I said, Taylor's a big lunch, and I want a hot dog. So we went to work and found Taylor a hot dog.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate
you
it.
found several.
Yeah. They actually brought me many hot dogs, so thank you.
But it's been a big year for us. We celebrated 10,000 kids have gone through our clinic program. I told the story beforehand. When we started this thing, think about this. When we started this thing, we started with 8-year-olds doing clinics, and then leagues of 4-year-olds through 12-year-olds. Having started 9 years ago. So you had to be, 4 to 12 to play in one of our leagues. 9 years ago. Today, we have 21 kids playing baseball in college on scholarship.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow, is right.
So cool.
21. We have 20. Now they're small schools, Dillard and
That part
Water.
doesn't matter.
We have 21 of our kids playing scholarship baseball. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome. And did all of them go through the leagues and stuff too?
Some did, some
Okay.
didn't. Some we found them other places, but
Okay.
we certainly they've been able to do stuff with us that they couldn't have done otherwise.
Yeah.
Be seen. Part of, and Tom, you know this better than all of us do. To get a scholarship, people have to see you.
Oh yeah.
And you had right, and we had to help these kids get seen, and we had some of them out here today, and it's the best group of kids you've ever been around. We have 3 older age kids now. One plays in our college league here in town, and so anyway, it's a big year for Walk-Off. So thank you guys for being out here, and it was a special day today.
Well, it's grown a ton. I think that's the main thing. It's not just the kids in the clinics. That's where it all started.
Well, and I was about to say that, Frank, because when it comes to, we've talked so much about what it does here in Jacksonville, and I think obviously that's super important. And I think it's amazing. It's one of I'm a baseball person. I love baseball. So it's watching people find joy in that and be able to play when maybe they couldn't have. But you just talked about that. 21 kids now get to also talk about it and be like, look what this did for me. And then now do that for other people too. And that's how the beginning of something spreading to even bigger and bigger this is where it begins with Walk-Off Charities.
And you hope, Taylor, and you hope that being on a team teaches you so much, that it's not about you. It's about what's the old phrase, Tom? It's the name on the front of my chest, not the one on the back.
That's right.
You know, it's not about you. It's about being accountable. It's you have to be on time because your teammate expects you to be on time.
Yeah.
You have to show up, and you have to understand that your most important job that day might be picking up the teammate that just struck out with the bases loaded and is bummed out.
Yeah.
So you have to be a friend. You have to be a partner. You have to, and I think
you got to cover first base.
Yeah, you have to do that too.
Those sack flies are important.
Yeah. So the truth is, you really have to be a good teammate. So we're blessed. We've done it. And this group in here at this golf tournament today was fantastic. They couldn't wait. Daniel Murphy was here. We had one of our contests. So we had closest to the pin and longest putt. And one of the things we do a bunch of baseball stuff. Like we have one we have to putt with a bat.
Okay.
And whoever makes that gets a prize. And then you have to throw through a this opening. So through a hole. So if you get to move your tee up if you do that. And one, you get to see who can hit who hit a golf ball the furthest with a baseball bat.
Oh, cool.
Well, was there any doubt who's going to win that? Okay.
I wonder.
Of course Murph won that. Wow. I said that when I gave away the prize. Of course Murph won.
Yeah.
It's Murph, for God's sake.
Somebody that may have a few home runs in the postseason.
And he hit it so far. I mean, he crushed that thing.
I'd protest if I was one of the other participants. Like, why is he allowed to play?
In our throw, your baseball throw, and if you throw it, we have one of these little gadgets where the catcher looks like he's there. And if you throw it through, you get to move up to the red tees. Okay. So someone says, so it's about 40 feet.
Yep.
Someone says, why isn't it 60 feet? I said, because I want to do it. Okay. And I've gotten it through every time because it's 40 feet.
40 feet.
Okay. 10 years from now, it might be 25 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. But right now it's 40 feet.
I wish I got timed in the 30-yard dash.
Right,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? I'd have been a lot faster.
Absolutely.
We also don't need these guys complaining about a UCL tear.
Right. That's exactly. Well, that's exactly.
Tournament.
Yeah, exactly right.
Frank, you came in bebopping to the bumper music. I caught you.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good doing this kind of Lord's work, man. You put in the time, and it's something you're very passionate about, and you're building a great, legacy and making an impact. That means something to you. You can tell.
It does, Tom. I'll tell you one of the funny. There's a lot of stories how we started. When there was the plumber story, and his kid couldn't play. But one of the reasons I started this, and you'll appreciate this story, we were doing our show during the Tom Coughlin J Fun Radiothon. I want to say, was Rick on with me, or it might have been Rick. It was back in the day. We did the show at Angie's. You guys remember when we did the show at Angie's? Instead of doing it in the studio, one year we did all the shows at Angie's. Angie's on Beach Boulevard, okay? We did for whatever reason, we did all the shows at Angie's. And we had Tom was coaching the Giants, and we had Tom come on. And Tom would come on in the morning, and he'd come on our show like he does now.
Yeah.
And we had Tom Coughlin on, and he's talking. And I said, listen, Tom, I said, a lot of people of significance, players and coaches, have charities. But sometimes it's just a name. Sometimes it's the right thing to do. I said, I know how close you and Jay McGillis were, and Tom, certainly you can speak to that better than I can. But I know how close you and Jay McGillis were. I know how that hits you. But what made you lean into it the way you do? And he was in New York. We were at Angie Subs, live phone interview.
Yeah.
And he says, Frank, we got to do something. He said, we are so blessed in our lives. We are so healthy. We've been blessed that the sports world has taken such good care of us that you got to do something. And Tom, I never forgot that. I thought, I told Tom that story. I said, God brings you to a certain place for a lot of different reasons or a lot of different ways.
That's right.
But that was one of the ways.
Cool.
And I'll never forget that conversation with Tom.
I love it.
So and that was probably, Lauren knows, that was probably a year or two before we started Walk-Off.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if he was still coaching the Giants, that would have been, when did he finish? 2011 was the last Super Bowl, right?
Okay, so we started Walk-Off 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
But I've never forgotten the conversation. Yeah, he was coaching the Giants when we had the conversation.
Yeah, I think the plumber story is cool, but I wonder if the plumber has since heard the story on air and then been like, look at what, this one interaction of me coming to your house was able to do.
Yeah, for people that don't know the plumber story, I've told it a bunch. I don't know who the plumber is. I don't remember the company. Some of our marketing people said, you got to remember. I don't. But for people that don't know the story, I'm in my house. We had just rebuilt San Souci's baseball park. And we're park where I grew up, and we got some people in town to help fund it. And I'm in my house, in my living room, or our kitchen there, living room, and dishwasher breaks. Plumber comes out. It's a Saturday afternoon. he's working on it. I'm just watching him. I have no idea what he's doing. I can't even. I don't know if Phillips said from a flathead, right? So, but I'm watching him fix it, and I'm talking to him, and and I'm excited about this park. We just built it, and I said, where do you live? We live near Windy Hill. If you know where Windy Hill is on Beach Boulevard, it's not far from Sans Souci. And I said, you got kids? He said, I got kids. I said, well, look, we just rebuilt our baseball park, and baseball season's coming. You ought to put your kids in our baseball league. And he said, sir, it's $150 to play in one of those leagues, and I got 5 kids. My kids will never play. And that was sort of the moment.
The why.
That was the why. That was the moment that. Yeah. And Lauren knows the story. That was when we said, okay. Yep. That was probably 2016. Mm-hmm. And that's when we started doing it.
Yep. Yeah. Frank, what you're a pitcher, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was talking about this yesterday with a couple fellas in and out of dad bod breaks.
Right.
Nolan Ryan threw 90, right? 92.
Nolan Ryan was probably clocked about 95.
Yeah.
Okay, he
on
was
those
that
guns.
high. Okay.
But those guns are different than today's.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would it be today? Higher or lower?
Higher.
Nolan Ryan today would probably throw low hundreds, 102, 103.
Jeez.
One of my favorite stories, my buddy Randy Roden went to a fantasy camp.
Yeah.
And Lee Smith, the closer for the Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubby, yeah.
Lee Smith, the closer for the Cubs, was there. And you go to these fantasy camps, and these former players get with you, and you have drinks with them afterwards. And they're old, and you're old, and these guys have fun time. And my buddy Randy said, let me ask you, Lee, how hard, because back then they didn't have the guns and stuff. Mm-hmm. He said, how hard did you throw? Lee looked at him and says, with today's guns, about 140. I think Nolan. Funny. I think now. Back then, people knew how to pitch, Tom. Yeah. It wasn't just throw every pitch as hard as you can. Yeah.
Right.
Now that's why people blow out their arms.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys. I mean, there were complete games back then. Nobody makes it into the 7th inning anymore. Yeah. And so the game's
super rare.
Yeah. The game's totally changed. It's a totally different sport than it used to be. But yeah, Nolan Ryan would throw as hard as any of these guys. He would throw as hard as the Milwaukee guy. He'd throw as hard as any of these guys.
What did you throw? Do you remember?
I was 82, 83.
So new guns, 92, 93?
Yeah, I know, 112. That's okay. 112 new guns.
You wouldn't have been able to catch it.
That's pretty good, man.
Before I dislocated a shoulder on Thanksgiving Day of my junior year and was never quite the same. Even when I tried to walk on at Florida, it wasn't quite the same. Wow. But I was probably, low 80s. Okay. I was the guy that 14, 15 was really good because I grew early. And went to high school thinking, I'm going to pitch in the big leagues. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. And then dislocated my shoulder boxing.
Really? Yeah.
Because I'm stupid.
Yeah.
And I
tore a bicep boxing.
Did you
Mommy's
really?
told that story on here before.
I tore my left bicep throwing a hook.
Really?
Yep. It hit. Hit really good, too, but my arm, I think.
Tom, here's how.
Hit you back.
Let me tell you how smart I was. I was 179. Boxing with a guy about 225.
Oh no, that's
smart, isn't it?
That's not good.
But I dislocated toward the labrum, and this was in 1975. Nobody knew
how to fix it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, back to your question. Yeah, but I think guys in high school when I played, the hard throwers were 86, 87. Mm-hmm. I think most guys were 80. Now all the high school guys throw mid 90s.
Yeah.
But I think back when I played, the high school guys probably threw mid-80s.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things, there's a documentary called Fastball. You and I have talked about this, Frank, but if you go back and watch it, it's one of my favorite documentaries. But they talk about the evolution of a fastball, how they start measuring a fastball. The first time they ever measured a fastball was they have a motorcycle. Someone throw the ball, a motorcycle raced it, and that's the first time they ever measured how fast a pitch was. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But you can't do that during a game. So
the documentary's fantastic.
It's so good.
One thing that's changed, without getting too into the weeds with baseball, the biggest change, no one talks about it, but the biggest change is the strike zone in the rule book is armpits to the top of the knees. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Right.
That's the strike zone. Well, now they call that.
Yeah.
They never call. When I was a kid, when Nolan Ryan and Bob Gibson pitched, they never called a strike above the belt. Mm-hmm. So it was really the belt to maybe a little below the knee.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't top of the knees to the armpit. It was the belt. That's what they called.
Wow.
If you'd have let Nolan Ryan get away with that pitch up here, nobody would ever hit it.
No way.
I mean, if Dwight Gooden could have gotten away with this,
I never knew that.
Nobody would have, because you can't catch up with a ball up high.
When did they move the?
They never officially moved
They just started
calling it.
Wow.
But I mean, if you let Nolan Ryan throw a letter high fastball and call it a strike, nobody would have ever hit it.
No way.
Now those guys that throw up, you can't catch up. That's why there's all the strikeouts and home runs.
I'm sure you saw
when he's on pitch 130.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, right.
Florida fired its pitching coach, David Kopp.
Yeah, David Kopp. Yeah, it's funny. Kopp was technically their pitching coach. And they fired him 2 days ago. But the reality is Sully handles his own pitchers. So no real pitching coach is going to go there unless Sully says, I'm going to give it. It's like the head coach who always calls his own plays.
Yeah.
Well, you're never going to get a great coordinator. That's what Kopp was, Lauren, was a pitching coach was like an offensive coordinator for a coach who called his own plays.
He really wanted to fire his bullpen.
Yeah.
Sully really wanted to do, but he had to.
I'll be interested to see what happens with Florida baseball. It's
been. It was really good at certain points of the season, then obviously fell off the face of the earth. Did you watch any of Troy Little Rock?
No. No, I'm mad. I'm still mad.
Yeah, but Troy's got that kid who they call him, not Babe Ruth, but they call him.
His last name's Boroff.
Yeah. He's a little short.
Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like any of them.
Who do you want to win?
He hits bombs.
The World Series.
I don't care. I want one of the.
I don't want Georgia to win.
I would like one of the SEC teams to win. SEC's won the last 6.
Right.
Do you realize that SEC's won the last 6? So
wow.
I think if Alabama got in,
Alabama did get in.
Yeah.
They beat St.
Did Oklahoma get in?
Yes. Well, it was 10-1 last time.
Okay, so there's 5 of the 8 are going to be SEC teams.
Wow. It's now 13-2 Oklahoma over Kansas. So they're going to bottom of the 8.
So 5 of the 8 are going to be SEC teams. So I'd like to see one of the SEC teams.
Yeah, not Georgia. Can you come with me on that, please?
Georgia hasn't been since like 2008.
Yeah.
You realize so we'll see. But anyway, so
what's happening Loser Monday? The latest in Loser Monday.
Yeah, I'm ahead.
Okay.
It's funny you should ask. I happen to have that right here. After 2 games, I've got 115 points. JJ's got 105 points, and Hayes has 99. Hayes in last place. Hayes won't lose. He'll do something. Somebody will break a leg. Right when he's about to lose, some other guy will break his leg, and then a second guy will break his leg, and then the lights will go out in the arena, and Hayes won't lose. I mean, that's what's always going to happen. So
somebody who hasn't scored the whole time has like a 35-point game. They're at the last.
Are y'all going out to training camp or mini camp?
Mini camp, yes, we will. I was just about to say we can't have the play-by-play voice of the team on and not talk about mini camp. Can we keep you for another segment?
Yeah,
so we don't get in trouble with the broadcast
I got
clock?
nothing to do.
All right, excellent. Well, more with Frank Frangie on the other side, live here from Deer Creek, 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's high-speed chaos.
They're crashing mid-tack.
This Sunday at Pocono Raceway.
And this was part of the gamble. Caution flag is out.
Powered by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234 and 1010XL.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. If you love your dad or husband, but their garage is a mess, I've got good news for you. Closets by Design's Father's Day sale is here. Imagine custom cabinets for tools and beach gear, storage walls that actually organize the chaos, and durable new garage flooring that makes the whole space feel brand new. It's just about the perfect gift for any dad. Right now, get 40% off plus an extra 15% off and free installation. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com. Closets by Design. Imagine Dad's garage totally organized.
Big Chief Tire Monday on Helmets and Heels.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Mike Dempsey. If you're thinking about a bathroom upgrade, maybe turning that old tub into a safer walk-in shower, check out 5 Star Bath Solutions. I shopped around, talked to several companies, and I chose 5 Star because their customer service was simply incredible. Responsive, honest, upfront about the entire project, and their pricing was even better than expected. When you're ready for a fresh look, better comfort, and a bathroom space you'll love using every day, schedule your free consultation at 5starbathsolutions.com and get the 5-star experience. times.
Mortgage rates have dropped. They're expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building. So now is the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Chad and Sandy, the proven experts to sell your home. Maybe you have concerns about putting your home on the market and getting it sold. Well, let me alleviate those for you. There's a real quick solution. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold or they will buy it. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. You'll find out for yourself. Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts I trust and recommend with the sale of your home or mine. Using their proprietary Market Max system, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Anthony and Mary in Palmco said, we needed to sell our home to move closer to family, but low cash offers weren't cutting it. Since we'd only bought a year earlier, options felt limited, but not for Chad and Sandy. Call Chad and Sandy today, or log on to chadandsandy.com.
The new MVP of lunch has arrived. Firehouse Subs Steak and Cheese Melt. USDA Choice Flame-Seared Steak, sauteed red and green bell peppers, caramelized onions, melted provolone cheese, and mayo on a toasted sub roll. Steak and Cheese Melt, only at Firehouse Subs.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Atomic Minutes, Taylor Dahl, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you. Frank Frangie joining us, play-by-play voice of your Jacksonville Jaguars, also host of the Frangie Show that comes up here live from Deer Creek in just a little bit for the 5th annual Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic. Frank, let's get to a little bit of Jaguars since we do have minicamp the next 3 days, open to the public on Wednesday. You're going to be watching primarily which position?
Yeah. For me, I don't have a good enough eye to tell the physical stuff when there's not physical stuff. It's hard for me to evaluate running backs or linebackers or even trenches when no one's hitting. I watch it and I'll see how they look and how they move, but I think there's something special going to brew in this passing game. Now that Jacoby Myers has been here in the offseason and Parker Washington's emerged, and I think Brian Thomas Jr.'s renewed, and I think Brenton Strange coming into his own. I like both tight ends. Really like Koziel too, man. I mean, talks about Parker, sure, but he looks like a basketball player. He can run. So I think I can't wait to watch. I'm going to do like you do. Lauren, you walk. I'm lazy. You walk all the way down to the other field when they're throwing down there. I'm going to go wherever the pass pitchers and catchers are. I'm really excited about seeing that. And the other thing is, I think the defensive backfield, you can see a little of that with gym shorts on. You can. Boy, Monteric Brown looks good. He looks good in the uniform. He looks good. Maybe switching to number 1 makes him look more athletic. I don't know, but he looks good. Jarian Jones looks good.
Weird number for him too, and then Jalen Husky now,
so when he went to 4, so I think the cornerbacks, safeties. I want to see what Caleb Ramsaw looks like. Cornerbacks, safeties, and pitchers and catchers for me. I think that's what I'm probably most excited about. Again, it's hard when no one. Liam even told me, I had him on a couple weeks ago. He says it's hard to evaluate running backs now. He said it's just. He said even for those guys who know way more than we do, he said it's hard to evaluate running backs now.
Off of that, though, because that is going to be one of the bigger storylines, not maybe OTAs, but once camp comes and we're talking about these running backs, and that was the stink. That's what Liam said the stink was when it comes to the run game. And they've done other things, obviously, with blocking tight ends, and Pregnon, we'll see if he earns that spot, but the offensive line in general when it comes to run blocking. But, I mean, you lose a guy who had 13 touchdowns last year as your running back, and now you saw glimpses of Bashal, too, and they get Chris Rodriguez. Some injury stuff. We're waiting to kind of hear what's going on with that, and we don't know. But what is your thoughts around that running back room and how important that's going to be this offseason?
The most important guy in all of that conversation to me is Chris Rodriguez, because he's a downhill runner. What they did not have, as good as Travis Etienne was, he had a wonderful year. Bashal Tutin was a good rookie. LaQuinn Allen was a good third down back in the finish, but they didn't have bam, that downhill guy that's always running downhill. The pads are low. He's looking to go between the tackles. He's not trying to bounce it outside. He's trying to run between the tackles, and they didn't have that. And then
Could Tank have been that?
Tank, maybe. He would have been the closest to it.
That's what I just keep wondering is if.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He'd have been the closest to it, but I don't know that he was it either. But, Tom, that's what that downhill. Chris Rodriguez is going to play 225, 230. Well, Tootin's 205. LeQuint's about 205. Travis Etienne, they listed him at 200. I'm guessing he's more in the 190s. I want that bam.
Yeah.
And I think that's you got a block too, Taylor. You're right. But I think Chris Rodriguez, whenever he's healthy and able to play, whatever the story is the most important answer to your question. I do.
Yeah, I was just gonna, as far as the passing game goes, real quick on Trevor. I did an exercise earlier today. I looked at 2022, 23, 24, 25, only QBR, and went through game by game, up and down. Pretty much the last 4 years, but really good at the end of 2025 and had really good stretches of games throughout those years, right? So you'd have 3 really great games, couple games not so good, bad game, then a really great game, yada, yada. What gives you confidence that he's going to start off strong and be consistent? And number 2, Frank, I noticed in 2022 and 2023, his completion percentage was 5 points higher than it's been in 24 and 25, which I found a little interesting.
That is interesting, Tom. Let me start with the first thing you asked. In my opinion, I've had this conversation many times. I think the hardest position to play in all sports is quarterback.
Oh,
it's also the most important.
Yeah.
And when you get into the league and you're in today's day and age, you draft them high, you pay them a lot of money, and you got to play them right away. Patrick Mahomes had Andy Reid his first 5, 6, 7 years in the league. Josh Allen had the same head coach for his first 5, 6 years in the league. Lamar Jackson, same head coach for his first 5, 6 years in the league. Trevor Lawrence had 3 head coaches before he started.
An interim.
Right, to start his 5th year. I think it changed so much. He got here with Urban, who was a bad fit for the NFL. Totally. Then Doug did a good job with him, but then all the play calling stuff came up. And is it Press? Is it Doug? Then in comes Liam, and he's had so many different coaches. So I think that stunted his development a little bit. I think
fair.
I'm not trying to make excuses. I know.
I get it.
Now to your question, though. I still think there's things he does better than other things. I think he throws a great long crossing route. That's why Parker Washington and Jacoby Myers are so important. I don't know that he throws as good a deep ball as he's going to throw, but I think to your second part of your question, I think the light went on last year. From the end of that Cardinals game, he had all the interceptions. But that's when Liam said, dude, let it rip, bro. And I think something happened that game, because if you look at that game to the end of the year, he was fantastic. And I think something happened. And I asked Liam about this a couple weeks ago when he was on the show. He said, Frank, I had to get to know him, and he had to get to know me. We had to know each other. But at some point, I just said, bro, you're number one, run. He's a good runner. He's got a big arm. Let it go. Quit trying to be a robotic quarterback. And just play like you're in the backyard. And I think so. I'm confident, but it's hard. It's a hard position. But I'm confident he'll be good, Tom. For that reason, I think he's going to sit back and just let it play. Quit worrying about the expectations. Quit worrying about the criticism. And Trevor's a pretty down-to-earth guy.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't get caught up in stuff anyway. Yeah. But I think he's going to be really good this year. I think he's going to be free and easy.
But you have a coach that clearly has your back, too.
Yeah.
And that's important, too.
Yeah, that's right.
What was the most fun game that you called in 2025?
In 2025, the Chiefs. Because it had
he fell down.
It had the Devin Lloyd first, and then it had the Trevor running it in. Yeah, so both those calls
Denver
were fun.
too.
Denver was fun.
Yeah.
Denver was fun, but the Chiefs. I thought the Chiefs game is where the whole world said, "Whoa, they might be pretty good." You know, by the time they went to Denver, people didn't expect them to win, but they weren't shocked. They were shocked to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That was a Monday night game early in the year against Patrick Mahomes.
Place was a rocket.
And
that was awesome.
And they had to come back and win. And I will tell you, everybody remembers the fall down run in, okay? But he made a throw to Brian Thomas Jr. on that drive. Do you remember the throw along the right sideline?
Yes, I do.
I mean, it was a third down, heavy pressure, go route along the right sideline to BTJ. It was a dart, man. It was right a dart. Right. And I thought so. Yeah, so probably that one. Probably that one.
All right, good answers. Well, we will not keep you any longer, but we so appreciate all of your time today.
Thank you guys for coming. I want to ask people too. One thing I was telling Taylor, you and Lauren both before the show. What we did this year is we did something different. Before, we've had 2 or 3 weeks of this auction out there, and by the time we got to the golf tournament, the auction prices were high enough that the golfers weren't able to participate as much. You know, if you see something that's minimum bed's 400, and by the time you get to the golf tournament, it's 1,200.
Yeah.
You're like, well, shoot. So what we did this year, we didn't publicize it. So the golfers all got to look at it today. And
Nice.
okay.
Oh, cool.
But now we're going to publicize the heck
Open
out of
it,
it
yeah.
for the next week.
Okay.
So I would ask people, go to walkoffcharities.com. We have some really cool items. We have I'm going to have a little fun little contest that we have a Fred Taylor Gator jersey, a Charlie Ward FSU jersey, and a Brock Bowers Georgia jersey.
Yeah.
All right,
Which
Gators, Knowles, and Bulldogs.
sells the best.
Let's see.
See how much you love your team.
Yeah, that's right. Insane. So we have great experiences. The Braves, you get to go out to batting practice. The Rays, the Jumbo Shrimp, the four tickets, the season opener for the Jags. So, but again, we didn't do it. We wanted to get the golfers to have the first look at these items. They had their chance, and they may still buy them. But for the next till Friday at 6, we're going to keep that thing. So I would ask people to go to walkoffcharities.com and check out the auction items. And Lauren, thank you guys again for having me on, and thanks for being out here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll let you hear from Josh Hines-Allen on the other side. Don't go anywhere. It's Helmets and Heels on a Big Chief Tire Monday, 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Be responsible for making people smile.
This is 1010XL.
And is there anything that makes people smile more than football?
The home of Jacksonville sports fans.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
It's a Helmets and Heels Big Chief Tire Monday.
My name is Savannah, and I was looking for a way to track my fitness results in a tangible way. I chose DexaFit Jacksonville because I wanted real, measurable results. After one quick DEXA scan, I knew my exact body fat, muscle mass, visceral fat, and even bone density. No guessing, just data. It gave me a clear baseline so I can now set my goals and track my progress with a lot of confidence. If you want real insight into your body, I highly recommend DexaFit Jacksonville. Book your scan today at jacksonville.dexafit.com.
The biggest sporting event of the summer is about to kick off. I'm JJ LaSilva from The Frangie Show, and if you want a real man's view of the beautiful game and analysis of Team USA, tune in to 1010XL's Soccer Show podcast, laced up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hurricane season is here. Is your home storm ready? Renewal by Anderson is offering storm season savings with buy one, get one 40% off windows and doors. Plus, 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 1 full year. In recent years, storms have caused tens of billions of dollars in damage across Florida. Prepare your home now with our Claim Impact Windows. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free design consultation. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
If you own or manage a commercial property or HOA, one backup can quickly turn into a flooded parking lot and costly damage. Duck Rooter's VACCon team brings the equipment and experience to get the job done right. Right now, get $250 off VACCon service and make sure your storm drains are ready for heavy rain. Keep water moving where it should, away from your property.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Looking for ways to save on your JEA bill? We're on it. When it comes to your utilities, the less you use, the more you can save. That's why JEA offers ways to help you manage your usage and avoid higher than expected bills. Use our online tools to monitor your usage throughout the month. Schedule a free irrigation or energy efficiency assessment and get personalized tips to save. And with JEA rebates, you can save when upgrading to more efficient equipment. Find more ways to save at JEA.com.
Frank Ranger here with Coach Delaney from Coil Fencing. You've been building winning teams at Fletcher for years. How does that correlate with installing fences here in Northeast Florida?
Well, Frank, at Coil Fencing, we like to take the coach approach. Implement a game plan and execute it on the field. That's been our winning recipe for 99 years.
And you tackle more than fences, right?
Absolutely. We also service and install automatic gates, perfect for multifamily communities, your business, or residents.
The best defense is a good offense. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com.
Credit
card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
I'm Chris Wayne with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, brought to you by 5-Star Bath Solutions. 1010 AM showcases the NHL Stanley Cup Finals this week with Game 4 coverage beginning at 7:30 tomorrow. The Las Vegas Golden Knights currently lead the series 2-1. The World Cup kicks off this Thursday. Join 1010XL all over the First Coast for watch parties, and check out the 1010XL Soccer Show with JJ LaSelva on YouTube for all the details. It's 89 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Thanks again to Frank Frangie for joining us live here at Deer Creek for the Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic. Tom McManus is here. Taylor Dahl. I'm Lauren Brooks with you. RJ Saunders back at World Headquarters making it all happen. I'm still waiting for Journey. I'm still waiting for Any Way You Want It.
There you
It's
go.
going to happen at some point in time today. I know RJ Saunders too well.
That's right.
For
People
that.
have the video, send it in. We'll play Lauren's version of it.
That is perfectly fine. Do not do that. We'll listen to the real bands. Before we get to Josh Hines-Allen, let's find out what Tom is thinking on this beautiful Monday.
Now, Tommy's Takes. Protected by Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com. Or dial #law. That's all.
Yeah, my take today on this beautiful Monday afternoon, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. It's centered around guys and people like Frank Frangie that leave an impact behind, man. That means something to them. And I think, it doesn't matter, what you're doing out there in life and how you can help. You can help in many different ways. I commend people that do have a platform. Frank's built a massive platform in what he's done in the sports radio world, the television world, the Jaguar world. He's got a great platform to help people, and I think at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So I just want to commend Frank, commend anybody in that situation, that position that says, hey, I'm in a situation where I could really help a lot of people, and they do it. And there's a lot of you out there, man. I know there is. So just hats off to you and to all the supporters in Jacksonville, man. Like I said early, there's not a charity event that I've been to in 30+ years that it hasn't been well attended, well received, and raised a bunch of money. So kudos to all you Jacksonville and Duvalians out there and supporting all these great charities. And that's my take today, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, ForThePeople.com, and on your cell at #law. That's all.
Yeah, and there's so many people that are behind the scenes, too, that you want to recognize. Frank's staff, obviously, Tammy Talley as well with Duval County Public Schools. They all put in tons of time and effort to make it all happen. And so, Frank gets to use his platform, but also be able to tell everybody just how important it is to go get an auction item. You are, I can tell you from experience, you are physically putting gloves in the hands of kids that have never had a baseball glove. And when we first started the charity and the clinics, kids didn't know if they were left-handed or right-handed. So at first we just ordered all the same right-handed gloves or left-handed gloves. We didn't have I think all left-handed gloves. And then all of a sudden we realized oh no, some kids need a right-handed glove, and they figure it out as they go. And that part's cool. And they get to put their name in the glove, and you've heard Frank tell those stories, but getting to see it firsthand. I mean, yes, obviously we're most excited about the hot dogs and lunch after the clinic, but no, they do get to learn a lot of stuff. And look, every kid loves to get out of school. And go have a field day, right?
That's
and
right.
So getting to learn at least a little bit, about baseball. All right, before we have to head to break, I do want everyone to hear from Josh Hines-Allen. He joined the Insiders, that's NFL Network. And I found part of his answer, this first one, really interesting as far as I hadn't thought about this one angle before. I'll let you hear his comment, and then I'll tell you what I'm talking about after. But here is JHA on his year 2 in the system.
I think the sky's the limit for myself this year. Year 2 is always, I feel like, is always going to be the biggest jump. Year 1 is really filling it out, Obviously, you want to be the best player on the field at all time, but there's going to be a lot of, situations where you don't know if you can make that decision. But going into year 2, knowing I got the trust for the staff, trust of the players to just go out there and just be able to make more plays, just go out there and just be a dog. And they're allowing me to just flourish in this scheme. Camp is doing a heck of a job on getting everybody schemed up, getting everybody open, having our secondary, be a lot more stickier in the back end, so we can have opportunities to go rush. I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about my journey. And I think when I had 17, that was the second year in that system. So for me, just to have that thought process and that mindset going into year 2, I feel like I'm a better player than I was a few years ago. And so I'm really looking forward to this year.
That's the part I hadn't thought about, was that he had 17 and a half sacks in 2023 in his second year in that system. That was Mike Caldwell, the defensive coordinator then under Doug Peterson. But what if that can translate this season? What if he can make that kind of jump from the 8 that we saw this year? Again, elite run defender as far as an edge rusher. But I just hadn't thought about that 17 and a half sacks did come for him in the second year of Caldwell's system.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know how much it changes, for a defensive end, like as far as how you play the game and how you get to the QB. Like, I don't know if
you should sack him no matter what the scheme is.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know how much the scheme. It's not like he's blitzing. Blitzes help. He mentioned the stick your coverage. That'll help.
He did.
But what will really help him is if somebody else steps up on that defensive line in a consistent manner, not on occasion or here and there, but that you can get some help, and then those numbers will go up. Look, 15. He should
be
he
double.
got paid because of the 17. So they expect double. They expect 16. They expect 15. And, I know James threw out there last year, no, the win rate percentage is more important. No, it's not.
Pressures.
It's not. Hits matter. Hurries matter. Pressure, I guess it depends how you define it. I think that's such a broad term. I can't stand it. But, they do matter. It's like it's not like they don't have any value. But I think if Josh can really have a big year, it's not just going to be him getting better. It's that whole D-line getting better. They all work together. If you don't have pressure on the inside, unless you are just a standout, can get to that QB in under 2 seconds based on pure talent alone, you need your interior guys.
Yeah.
And even then, you still need them. Nick Benito, he had 12 and a half. He gets to the quarterback faster than almost anybody. Well, he's got Zach Allen inside. He got Cooper on the other side who's in a little bit of trouble. We'll see how that shakes down. But they got help there.
Yeah.
You can't just have one. That was the problem with the D-line. You'd have one guy have a great game, and the other 3 be like, good against the run, but didn't do that much. And then you'd have another guy have a great game, like Josh. But then, Trayvon's hurt or Eric's hurt, or it just didn't come together. So I think for that D-line to really, and for Josh to really double his sack, whatever he does, whatever that number is, he's got to have help from that inside. As far as scheme, I don't know. You line up and you got a pass rush against the guy in front of you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't need to know coverage that much. I would never drop him. I know Camp likes those zone blitzes, which means you have to drop somebody. I would never drop Josh Hines-Allen into coverage.
Yeah.
It's not his forte. And a lot of times, not a lot of times, but when they did that, they got caught they got beat on those plays because Josh or anybody else can't get out to the flat quick enough if they know that's what you're going to do. So I would make sure that he's always going forward, is my opinion. But look, as far as scheme, whatever, man, just beat the guy in front of you and make sure your teammates next to you and down the line are doing their job as well.
Yeah, I think, and it reminds me a little bit, and to Tommy's point, I don't know how much it goes into the similarities of that, but I mentioned the Liam Cohen talking last week about Jacoby Myers, and okay, now you know the system and you know everything that's around it, and now you can just focus on your part of the game. And so maybe to a sense it's that with Josh Hines-Allen, if it is a new defense and you are there's some newness to it when it comes to that. And so your Trayvon's hurt, so you're kind of dealing with that. There's not a ton of inside pressure. Then Eric, the little bit of pressure you were getting, Armstead gets hurt, so you're not being able to really fully just focus on what you can do. And maybe that's part of it, is when Josh Hines-Allen, you talk about letting Trevor let it rip, just let Josh Hines-Allen let it rip and go. And maybe that's a part of it, because you're not having to overthink the the other small things of it. But I mean, yeah, you get paid like one of the top pass rushers. So that's what you want to see him do, is get sacks. And ultimately that's going to be what he's judged off of, no matter what his pass rush win rate is. And no matter, I hate saying that whole thing. No matter what his pressures are, because at the end of the day, yeah, the pressures are good. And we talk about that a ton on the show because of some of the comments of last year. And that's great. You want to also pressure the quarterback. You want to make them uncomfortable. You want to leave them make them leave the pocket. You want to have them rush throws sometimes and things like that. But ultimately, when you take down that quarterback and he loses 10 yards on a play because you sacked him, that's more important than having him just scramble outside and go out of bounds because you put some pressure on him.
Well, Anna, and when you get those, like, let's see this year you close out a game with the sack. You know, it's second down and we get a sack. Third down, we get another sack. And then fourth down, we're hurrying the heck out of him. He throws the ball away and game over.
Yeah.
We're walking off the field.
We've seen him do it against the Titans in 2022.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, and well, and
I'm waiting for the year. I'm like, when?
Oh, and
2022.
The one the Josh Allen versus Josh Allen. That game, it was like Josh Hines-Allen. It was Josh Allen, That game, he completely took over that game. And those are what you want to see.
That's what you want to see. Good call on that. That's when we won like 90 or lost 96 or something like that.
So you're not scoring, but he just
phenomenal game.
Everything was him.
He had 3 sacks, I think, that game. I mean, you can't expect that, but that dominating type style of performance is what we're looking for.
All right, we'll get into Lauren's Lane next. Don't go anywhere. It's Helmets and Heels on a Big Chief Tire Monday. You can find them online at WeKeepJacksRolling.com. Live here from Deer Creek, 1010XL and 82.5 FM.
1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
You have broken just about every city ordinance that pertains to this line of work.
The Drill.
You can't say we haven't been a lot of laughs.
Mornings on 1010XL.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Helmets and Heels.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday. The local Jacksonville shop for fair prices and service you can trust.
When you're hungry, go big, and more importantly, go to Dailies, where they got anything and everything to tantalize your taste buds and fill you up. At Dailies, our barbecue beef brisket sandwich is slow smoked to perfection, tender, juicy, and full of bold flavor. It's the kind of sandwich that truly satisfies. Try the barbecue brisket sandwich at Dailies. Meanwhile, some favorites never go out of style. The Duval sub at Dailies is stacked, loaded, and made with the bold flavor you want in every bite. Fresh ingredients, big taste. It's a local favorite. Grab the Duval sub today at Dailies. Or maybe you just want a delicious chicken sandwich. Some choices just work. The chicken sandwich at Dailies is crispy on the outside, it's juicy on the inside, and it is full of flavor. Perfect for lunch, perfect for dinner, perfect anytime hunger hits. So grab the chicken sandwich today at Dailies. Dailies is made fresh, it's made local, and Dailies is built for big appetites. I'll see you there today.
When you hear it from John Osher, you can be sure, cause O knows. Oh, yeah. Find out what he's heard about your favorite football team. Listen for Jacksonville Senior Writer weekdays on 1010XL. Served up by Twin Peaks.
If you're thinking about getting a new roof sometime this year, Endless Summer Roofing can help. I'm Claudia, owner of Endless Summer Roofing. Stronger materials, expert installation, real peace of mind. A new roof isn't just an upgrade. It's the primary source of protection for your family home. Visit EndlessSummerRoofing.com for a free inspection today, and I'll make sure you're ready for tomorrow. Endless Summer Roofing. Protecting your home from Florida's endless summers.
At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, care starts with listening, one-on-one consultations, clear answers, and a plan built around you. Our orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine physicians, and rehabilitation specialists work together to treat injuries, manage chronic pain, and restore strength and mobility. From your first check-in to your personalized treatment plan, everything is designed to help you move forward with confidence. Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, expert care, improving lives.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Zero Res wants to help you clean your home. Hicken here, big summer savings. Take 25% off all services except air duct cleaning. $5.99 per system for air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and ask for the 1010XL special.
Summer's here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your backyard with Superior Fence and Rail. Get the fence you've been wanting with 12 months financing and no interest, so you can enjoy more privacy, more security, and more curb appeal without the upfront stress. Make your outdoor space ready for summer. You must have credit approval from our third-party financial institution. Call today or visit SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com. Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at royalpestservices.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
My not so subliminal messages worked.
He got him.
Yes, Dad Bods rocked it yesterday at Monkey's. Uncle and Jack's Beach had an absolute blast getting to listen to them for a couple hours, and definitely looking forward to the next time you play in a place in public, since you had played at Strings, which was close to our house, but we weren't able to make that since we were going fishing the next
Yeah,
month.
we're actually Strings reached out to me during the show. They're looking for us to come back.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to be just one a month is good for us.
Absolutely.
What was crazy? Sometimes it's crazy. Like we just did back to back, like we did this weekend, then last weekend, and then June. Like in 10 days, we'll do another
And you're
one.
tired.
But then we'll have a gap. No, we'll have a gap of like 6 weeks. You're like, oh my gosh, can you
Yeah.
hurry up and get a gig going? You know, but that just seems to be the way it is.
I get it to stay sharp. You know, you got.
Yeah, you do. It's weird. Like
play.
the more you play, obviously, the more you play, the tighter you get. But we were pretty tight yesterday. The band was really
Totally
on point,
agree.
man. They can jam.
We said
So
the
if you
same
like music, man, you like like
The sound is always really good there too.
Yeah,
I've seen
at
multiple
Monkeys,
bands there,
yeah.
different types of bands, and it's
Yeah,
all been
Monkeys is a
same
good
here.
spot. Yep.
All right, time now to get into Lauren's Lane.
Now, Lauren's Lane. Opened up by Closets by Design. Imagine your home totally organized.
Lots to get to. Bike Breakers on Friday was
Oh,
an
yes.
absolute blast. So they've put together, Bike Breakers is trying to beat the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest single file bicycle ride. So my friend roped me into it, and I was all about it. So on Friday, we met at the Seawalk Pavilion, absolutely gorgeous day. Hundreds of people gathered, and then we had to get in a single file line and bike on the beach from Seawalk Pavilion and the pier kind of down to Atlantic Beach. So everything was great, other than the pace was too fast. So I don't know who was
leading the way.
Yeah, I don't know if they were on an e-bike or what. But when I tell you, like, so we ride our bikes at the beach all the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like that's just
yeah,
an
yeah.
activity we do constantly. I should say constantly, but all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm out there sweating and like huffing and puffing. And my bike has gears. I have 6 gears on my beach cruiser. And I am in like the lowest gear, working my tail, maybe not the lowest, but like the second lowest. And I was like, guys, and so then I start seeing people like fall out. Like,
They're
I
like, I'm
can't
not gonna
keep
make
up. And I was like, this is not supposed to be this fast. So I think they learned a good lesson.
Yeah.
That they did.
Well, that's why we practice.
That's right. But there were multiple. I guess there was already a practice. This was the second practice.
Okay.
They will still have more practices leading up to August 14th when they get together. But I will tell you, I got in a little bit of trouble because I was trying to talk to my friend Megan, and I was not exactly in single
line.
file.
Oh, you got to be like in line.
You gotta be
line.
exactly
Is it
in
a
line.
dotted line or a straight line?
There's
like
no line out there. It's just the actual bikers. That,
No,
that
I
you have to
know,
be in
but
the
you're
single
supposed to
file.
be like
single file.
Yeah.
But wheel to wheel almost.
So
or no?
within 3 bike lengths away from one another. And that was the other problem, was because they started to go fast, like there was a bigger gap.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
we wouldn't have broken the Guinness Book of World Records on Friday. Again, we didn't have the over 2,000 people that were needed either. But if you want to sign up, go online. Bike Breakers is the name of it. And I think they'll be able to get enough people to do it and break the record, which would be cool.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something about the beach. the city council people. Can you clean up the seaweed for crying out loud?
Sarcasm.
Smells like crap, and the bugs are everywhere. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, the
Fix
bugs
the
are
beach.
bad.
I know you can't do anything what's in the ocean. It comes on the beach. But I don't know. Once it dries up, can't you, like, I don't know.
Get it out of there.
Get it out of there. All the bugs, it's been bad.
The
If you've
bugs
been
have
out there,
been
it's
really
been
bad.
weird.
Yeah, and I did laugh. Taylor,
Attacked by
when-
gnats.
For real.
Yeah.
There were, so like I said, there were a few hundred of us out on Friday, and I was kind of laughing at how there were lots of people on the beach. Obviously, it's a beautiful Friday afternoon, and some of them want to get to the ocean, but there's
There's
this
just a line of
whole
bikes.
of bicycles, and I was like, they're gonna, I feel like, have to time this and tell
Yeah.
everybody like this is
just
when
to
it's
let you
gonna
know this
happen.
portion of the beach.
Correct. Like there's gonna be a long line. of
Especially once you get it right, because there's not going to be big gaps.
No, there's not gonna
like
be
right
gaps
now.
at
If there's
all.
big enough gaps, you can kind of do it like
Yeah,
double Dutch, where you're like ready, okay, go. So
Right.
right across.
Like Frogger.
How far
get
will it
across.
go from, like, Beach Boulevard to Atlantic Boulevard? Is
Right.
that the
Yes,
2000?
that's
the goal?
That's exactly it.
Okay.
Yep. So then we just biked back. That would have been south. We biked back south, and it was great because participating places gave us free stuff. So we got
Nice.
free drink, a free shot, and free bruschetta as well.
Oh,
so
Look at that.
And we just
Yeah.
biked for free for the practice,
Yeah.
so that was a lot of fun. I have a couple cousin shout outs. My cousin Erin, I was telling y'all about, did High Rocks in New York
yes.
City.
All right.
So on the plus side, she ended up finishing 15th out of 580 participants
Holy
in her age
cow.
group. Yeah, she's a
Wow.
badass. The downside is Saturday night, because of that awful weather
Mm-hmm.
in the Northeast,
Yeah.
her pro doubles event that was supposed to be at 6 p.m. was canceled. And
Ugh.
everyone that was supposed to participate Saturday night, it was all canceled. So
Dang,
some
that's
people
a bummer.
hadn't even participated or
The
competed
first part,
yet.
yeah.
And so that was their time. So that part, I'm sure, is really frustrating. But
Yeah.
either way, and then the other cousin
Congrats
shout
to her,
out.
though. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and I know she'll do more of them. She's already signed up, so that part is good. My other cousin, we had a baby shower for him and his wife on Saturday, so I just wanted to give them a shout out because they're wonderful. They're expecting their first child, a baby boy,
Aw, yay.
here over the summer, probably
So
close to
cool.
our birthdays. Tom, which is also my uncle's birthday, my
Okay.
cousin's dad.
July.
And then congrats to Jimmy Smith. I'm sure
Oh,
you
yeah, I
saw
saw
over the
that. Go,
weekend.
Jimmy.
He was inducted into the Black College
About time.
Football
Smooth.
Hall of Fame. That's what I said. We were talking about this.
Yep.
So Jimmy Smith obviously has been out of football for quite some time. Eddie Robinson,
Yep.
lots of these
Play
guys.
with Eddie. Eddie was a Jag.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
why did it take so long?
I don't know.
Why weren't they inducted before now?
I don't know. Who were this? There were 6 of them, weren't there?
So Jimmy,
5?
Eddie, Nick Collins, Tyrone Poole, FAMU coach Rudy Hubbard, and then Howard contributor Steve Weish were
Okay,
all
cool.
inducted. Yep, over the
Awesome.
weekend. So
Yeah.
definitely wanted to give them a shout out.
No doubt.
We talked about Florida football recruiting last week. Another commitment: 4-star linebacker Ellis McGaskin committed to Florida. He's 6'10", 215 pounds from Mobile, Alabama, and he picked Florida over LSU and
6
Florida
foot what?
State. 6 foot. Did I say 6'10"?
Yeah.
6 feet.
I was like, whoa, that's a massive linebacker. Man, they're growing them
Thank you
big
for
wherever that
listening.
game's coming from.
Engineer Aaron caught that as well. 6 feet, 215 pounds.
Okay,
I was just
wow.
excited to get to the point where he picked Florida over LSU. He is not 6
Most
foot 10.
importantly.
He does not play basketball. Also, we do now have the College World Series set for Omaha, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Texas. So obviously the
Okay,
first 5.
all 5.
Yeah, those are all SEC teams. You've got North Carolina, West Virginia, and then the team that I despise,
Georgia. Oh, Troy
Yeah.
and Georgia, I guess.
Yeah, I have to
Both
despise
two of them.
Georgia easily. Wanted to talk just briefly since we got to do the gold moment on the other side, but the fact that the Knicks are up 2-0 and we have Game 3 tonight,
Tonight,
is
yeah.
absolutely wild. The way that game ended on Friday night with Wemby throwing it away,
Unbelievable.
my heart felt for him.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the Spurs at least can steal a
Win
game
one,
in New York,
yeah.
so that way we don't have a sweep.
How about the hockey game? Where
And the
only
hockey game
guy
was
knocked the whole
insane.
thing in?
Yeah.
But to have a hat trick in like 39
six
seconds,
minutes, or
Yeah.
6 minutes, right? No, 6. Yeah,
He scored
he had
3
3
goals.
6 minutes, yeah, or something like that.
It
right?
hockey's
They
insane.
scored 3 goals in 39 seconds. The Hurricanes did.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the one guy though had a hat
Had a
trick.
hat
Did he? In
trick,
6?
yeah.
Okay,
6
okay,
minutes,
I
yeah.
got you.
But yeah, I mean, the Braden McNabb kid gets like his nose. He has to get his nose sewn back on, and then the
Oh.
next day
I
comes
know.
out and is playing.
Oh,
And yeah, I mean,
so
this
tough.
hockey postseason is so good. You get overtime and double overtimes and hat tricks, and
Yep.
someone's nose is falling
And
off. And
I
it's
like
just
the way
like,
they do
oh my
sudden
god,
death too. Like
Yeah.
in hockey, I love that.
Yep.
And then last thing in Lawrence Lane, the Rays are still in a slump. By the way, the Braves fans on the text line. Yes, I see you. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010 as always.
welcome to the slump.
Yeah, the slump is real. They lost 2 out of 3 in Miami, and because they though had that run of 22-4 for about a month stretch, they're now tied for first place with the Yankees in the division. So surprising that they're not now behind the Yankees because of how bad they've played 3-7 in their last 10. But I did want to mention Austin Slater, by the way, the outfielder, most likely going to be on the Rays probably like later this week. So former Bulls player, Austin Slater.
Cool.
So that part is cool. And then a name to know, Brody Hopkins. He made his first appearance as a reliever with the AAA Durham Bulls, and he's pitching phenomenally. He has struck out 16 while allowing 1 hit and 3 walks over 10 innings. So maybe there's a little bit of excitement there in AAA that you can then call up, and then maybe the Rays will get back on track. We'll see. But yeah, the Braves continue to just be on a tear.
They're insane.
And you want to mention Pete Crow Armstrong?
He was
I know. He solely won that game the other day. He's honestly been insane. His last like 16 or 17 games, he's batting like 365. That's just how Pete is. And I mentioned that like a few weeks ago. I was like, he's a bit of a roller coaster because he's very emotional. So that whole thing happened with the White Sox girl, and he had to apologize, and that got crazy. And then he hit a super slump, and then he just gets out of it, and it's back to being like one of the best players in baseball. But he's also very young, so like level out a little bit, get some of those emotions under control.
Get that lady out of your head. Don't worry
Was
about
it the same game where he didn't see the fly ball and then hit the walk?
Well, that game, yes. He didn't. He lost. He was tracking it down. One of the worst that I've ever seen. I'm like, what is he doing? Because you're one of the worst. I mean, best center fielders in baseball, like WAR-wise, one of the best players right now in baseball. And so, but thankfully that didn't let him spiral, because
that's what I was
other
thinking.
times, sometimes he would. Instead, he just went on an absolute tear, and he's just so electric when he's on. If he can just get those emotions a little more even keeled, he'll be one of the best players in baseball.
It feels like this year, and I got to be honest, this is the first year I've really paid attention to it since joining you guys. But you see a lot of streaks, and then they slump, and then they streak, and then it's just wild.
Well, baseball season's long.
Yeah, right. You get it. But I mean, like 10 games, 10 win, then 10 loss. It's been pretty wild how that's been shaping up.
And that's what the best teams are able to keep that trajectory where they don't have slumps. They may lose a series, but they don't have actual slumps.
Well, even the year the Dodgers won the World Series, I want to say it was, I'm trying to remember which one it was, or went to the World Series, but they had an 11-game losing streak in the middle of that season, and they won 102 games or something like that and won. So it still happens to even the best teams, but ideally you don't hit a slump that bad for that long.
Exactly. The golden moment awaits. Don't go anywhere. It's Helmets and Heels on a Big Chief Tire Monday, 10 to XL, 92.5 FM.
If you like the heat, we are always bringing it. 1010 XL.
Some like it hot, some like it hot.
What if the next roof you put on your home was the last one? Not another replacement in 15 or 20 years, the last roof. Metlock Roofing is Florida's only manufacturer and installer of this exclusive roofing system. Engineered for strength, built for Florida weather, backed by a lifetime warranty. Imagine never needing another roof. Call 938-9933 or visit metlokroofing.com. Get your last roof today with Metlock. License number CCC 1335581.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday on Helmets and Heels.
Hey, Tommy Mack here. When it comes to glass, you don't want average, you want flawless. And Duval Glass and Mirror has been flawless across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that will wow you. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken, glass replaced. Decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to our Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote today. Only one name around here for glass and mirror, and it's Duval.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Lauren Brooks. If your car's AC isn't ready for this Florida heat, Big Chief Tire has you covered with $50 off AC services. Stay cool and comfortable no matter where summer takes you. Their team makes it quick and easy with friendly local service you can trust. Call 904-932-0950 or check out WeKeepJacksRollin.com. Big Chief Tire, keeping you cool all summer long.
Soccer fans, Michelob Ultra is going to pay somebody $90,000 to go to the FIFA World Cup 2026 final and bring the Superior Player of the Match trophy. Yes, I'm being serious right now. It's got some weight to it. This is the real thing, people. Michelob Ultra, $90,000. FIFA World Cup 2026 final. You watch the match. You get the honor of carrying the Superior Player of the Match trophy. That's a soccer fan's dream come true.
Enjoy the beautiful game with a cold Michelob Ultra, the official beer of World Cup 2026.
At the Y, there's no place like this place. More than just a gym, the YMCA is a community where support, connection, and your well-being come first. And now, getting started is easier than ever with Your Rate, an income-based, affordable membership designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget so you can focus on what really matters, feeling better, moving more, and connecting with others. Join today and discover a place where you truly belong. Learn more about Your Rate at fcymca.org.
Hacker here for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. You know, the summer is here. In fact, I'm out on a little vacation right now with my family, and that's one of the great things about Awaken 180 Weight Loss. I talk about the coaching you get on Awaken 180. You know, some weight loss programs, what do, right? They just send you some shots. They say, all right, work it out. They send you an appetite suppressant, some sort of pill. All right, you're on your own. Not Awaken 180. You talk with your coach. Like my coach, Kate. Every time I was on vacation, every time I had a family get together, we worked up a plan. We worked up something for me to follow, and then I would get right back on the program when I returned from vacation. It's one of the great things about Awaken 180 Weight Loss, and it's why I lost over 100 pounds. It's the best weight loss program I was ever on. They know life happens, but they work with you, and it's great. Go to awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-1800. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents. Look no further, though, than I-9 Sports, covering Duval, St. John's, and Clay to get your youngster in the game. Summer and fall registration open right now for flag football, soccer, t-ball, and basketball, plus girls volleyball at UNF and Bishop Snyder. Fields and gyms all over the First Coast, including Fort Family Field. And the best thing is, I-9 Sports offers sports year-round, so kids can always find a sport to play. i9sports.com, enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
You know who could be the golden moment for the second time this year? Golden Tempo.
I know! That was fun. I'm kind of bummed that she didn't try to go for.
Yeah, why didn't she?
I know.
It's longer,
Another
right?
come from behind, too. I saw the slowly sliding up, and I was like, oh, that's Golden Tempo. Oh.
I'm pumped for Sherry DeVoe, the first female trainer that had won earlier this year. Now she's obviously won multiple times, but yeah, I don't know that we've ever had a horse be the golden moment twice. Yeah, Golden Tempo with the name, we had to go with the Golden Tempo.
Yeah, I mean, winning that kind of fashion again was so cool.
Yeah, it was a great time.
But I'm disappointed she didn't go for the Triple Crown, man.
It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, and she, I think, the trainer's female, the horse is male.
No, right.
Yeah, because there was no female horses in the Kentucky Derby, but there was she obviously was like the owner, and then there was one trainer. Yeah.
The trainer.
Or the trainer, I mean.
She's female. But yeah, and just to reiterate, by the way, the linebacker that committed to Florida, 6 feet, 215 pounds, not 6'10". There is some NFL news that I wanted to get to, Taylor.
Yep.
Jacoby Brissett will report for the mandatory minicamp. We talked about him potentially holding out. One of the 3 quarterbacks there with Carson Beck and Gardner Minshew as well in Arizona. He was at risk of being fined over $100,000 if he did not show up, but sources say they're not sure how much on-field work he'll actually do because he does want that restructured contract. But they have also said, those same sources, that he was told he would be the starter this season. So playing on a deal that's worth
but Minshew's
like
making
under
more
$5
this
million.
year, I think, than Minshew signed like a 1-year, $5.8 million.
Yeah, so Brissett's deal is $4.88 million for this year, which can grow to $5.39 million, whereas Gardner's deal is $5.14 million for this year.
And the guaranteed money was a problem. I think Brissett's like a 1.5. Gardner was higher.
Yes.
So yeah, I get that. What do you mean? You bringing a guy in to back me up, and you want to pay him more? I don't think so. I mean, that's the way it is. Will he get it is another question. He just signed the 2-year deal last year.
Yeah.
So he got the majority of this
money. But then
money.
played well.
And then played well.
Yeah. And I'm not saying he's a phenomenal elite quarterback by any means.
He's
but
solid.
He
played well
might be
against
able to
us.
And I think
he did, and he might be able to get you more wins than Carson Beck as a rookie.
Yeah. And that's what, like, I get it from his side, but then I also get the Cardinals being like, no, we don't really want to do that. You've been in the league a while, and you've only had one season worth talking about. So do we want to spend money? And I saw something funny. It made me laugh. That's why I was trying to find this picture, because I was cracking up at this. Because right when all of this is when he was still obviously holding out a little bit, and there was that conversation that he wasn't going to. So it was the Rams. It was a picture of the Rams, and it said, we just landed Myles freaking Garrett. Are you kidding me? And then it was the Seattle Seahawks, like, we're still the reigning champs and locked up Jackson Smith and Jigba. We're good. And then it's the 49ers. That was like half our team was in the hospital last year, and we still went 12-5. And then it was the Cardinals. Like, have you guys heard back from Jacoby Brissett yet?
Paging Jacoby Brissett.
Hello.
Yeah. Look,
That's unbelievable.
I mean, Carson Beck may end up winning the starting job. And then obviously there are people out there that believes Minshew Mania should win the starting job. I think it's a fun quarterback competition as long as it's not your team. You don't, in college, quarterback competitions are great to detail back and forth, right? Aaron Philo, Tramel Jones Jr., we've been doing that with Florida. You don't want a quarterback competition in the NFL.
No.
You want a
starter
that, QB1 who's going to take all the first team reps because of how important all that timing is for sure.
And and I think too, we talked about that, the QB show, the quarterback show. Like, if of any room, that might be even just that room interesting, because you've got some personalities in there. You've got a competition. You've got a young rookie that's trying to figure stuff out.
Carson's like, I made more than both of you in college.
Like, I have 5 Lamborghinis at home.
Hold my beer. All right, 1 segment to go. We'll bring you today's Pest of the Day. I wanted to remind people, go online, walkoffcharities.com. Look at those fantastic auction items. We are live here at Deer Creek, and it's been a fantastic Daly's Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic. It's 10XL 92.5 FM.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
It's a Big Chief Tire Monday. The local Jacksonville shop for fair prices and service you can trust.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I can tell you, in this financial climate, or really any, it's never been more important to make your money work for you, which is why I'll recommend Mike McGuire and the Wealth Management team at South State Bank. Financial planning is based on trust, because it's so important. You can trust the South State team. They offer the best combination of sophisticated wealth management strategies with a truly personal approach. That will help you meet your financial goals. Stop by your local South State branch and ask them to connect you with Mike McGuire and the Wealth Management team. You'll be glad you did. South State Bank, member FDIC.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Preparation for the season begins now. 1010XL's coverage of this year's organized team activities is brought to you by Cash Building Material, Windows Done Right, and Dexafit Jacksonville. Know your body, transform your life.
Summer break means the kids are home and your plumbing is working overtime. If something's acting up and backing up, call Duck Duck Rooter. We've got years of experience and honest pricing that's as straightforward as our fixes. With the Summer Splash Plumbing promotion, receive 1 free drain cleaning with any plumbing repair of $500 or more. Fix what's wrong, clear what's clogged, and get back to enjoying your summer.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. While we've earned the reputation as North Florida and South Georgia's preeminent official Rolex jeweler, it's important to point out that at Underwoods we carry other watches too. We start with Seiko, the most reliable, serviceable watch made for under $500. And they've started making jeweled, self-winding watches again, and sports watches you'd have to see to believe. Next we have Tavan, the Swiss-made ladies and men's and dress and sport watches, and they start at $575. Another name we carry is Tudor, inspired by Rolex with the same founder and owner, the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation. And their sport watches and chronographs are the rage in Swiss timekeeping, with new in-house watch movements and exciting new model introductions every year. So if you're interested in watches, we have what you want at Underwood's, and all of our watches carry a 5-year warranty. At Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Hey, I know how awful it is to get injured, but never due to someone else's negligence like many of you. Tom McManus here. If this speaks to you directly, you got to check out Morgan & Morgan, the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. 1,000 lawyers, 100 offices across the nation, and over $30 billion recovered for their clients. And guess what? They don't get a single dime unless you do. A proven track record with backup. Man, that's hard to find these days, but not with Morgan & Morgan. For the people, that's right. Get injured due to someone's neglect, get paid. Dial Pound Law or check out forthepeople.com.
Imagine this. You and your buddies outside enjoying the warm weather. The grill is fired up, steaks are sizzling, drinks in hand, and you're all hanging out around your brand new outdoor kitchen. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can make it happen. From custom outdoor kitchens to fireplaces, fire pits, and more. They bring your backyard dreams to life. You dream it, they build it. Visit CSSFireplaces.com and make your backyard the place everyone wants to be this season.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Segment to go here on Helmets and Heels. Always a big Chiefs Tire Monday. They've got 6 locations around town, and they do a fantastic job, as they've done for years, taking care of my vehicle. They'll do the same for you. It's a family-owned company. Time now for the Pest of the Day, brought to you by our friends at Terminix. You can find them online at Terminix.com. That's TERMINIX.com. They do a great job taking care of ViStar Ballpark, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, and all of your favorite event venues around town. For me, the Pest of the Day, the fact that we lost Stacey King, the 3-time NBA champion with the Bulls there in the early 90s, died at the age of 59. I saw something that said he had a bad fall in his home. That too.
Oh,
and it's just, it's just too young. Too young.
Remember him.
But yeah, obviously a role player there with the Bulls.
And a broadcaster, too, I think.
And then a broadcaster,
for a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's funny. Not funny, but reading about it, I saw where... which one was it where MJ sat and Stacey went in with a few other off-the-bench guys with Scottie Pippen, and they went to work and, did a really good job, scored a bunch of points, and they really had a great bench, those Bulls teams, man. They really did, coming off and helping out. But, yeah, too young. Man, was he 59?
59 years old.
God bless him, his family.
Yeah, so thoughts and prayers with
There
him.
was one of the quotes from him that said, because there was the game Jordan scored 69 points, which was obviously his high in a single game, and he made a comment talking about, he's like, yeah, me and Jordan, we had a combined 70 points this game, because Michael had 69.
That's great.
But that's just, he was so funny. If you go back, I've seen people playing clips of when he was doing games, and it's just, he's hilarious of just his little comments throughout the games. He was so funny. There was he would roast people in the stands sometimes, just really funny.
Yeah.
And it's just that guy, he was always having a good time. You can tell he just enjoyed that sport. So
the opposite of Brent Musburger oogling.
Yeah.
Who's that beautiful girl?
Yeah, no. He was like, what is that?
The quarterback's girlfriend.
Relax.
Matt Hayes tweeted out, sources tell me Texas Tech owes Brendan Sorsby $1.66 million, the remainder of his salary for 2026, which includes private NIL deals with Adidas and a few other companies, pushes his total compensation to nearly $4 million, not the $5 million figure that had been reported. So just interesting. Wanted to pass that along since, of course, Brendan Sorsby was able to get that injunction.
Yeah,
poor kid.
And I did see, I shared this with you on break, Lauren. Apparently, too, on 3 reported this, that the Big 12 ADs have had serious talks about serious talks have been held about not playing Texas Tech after the Sorsby ruling.
Whatever.
So they're turning
That's
on
kinda
him now.
weak, too. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a terrible ruling, but what are you? You're not going to play the team because the kid gambles? Go hit him in the mouth and make him bleed. Make him really pay.
That would be something. And then I did see Austin Slater will be in the outfield tonight for the Rays. So, yeah,
Good.
he'll be back. I think he's in his early 30s. Let's say hello to another Bulls product.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Hayes Carline joins us now as we're live here at Deer Creek. Hayes, how do you feel about Loser Monday? Still early.
I don't like my odds at all. I'm only down like 6 to JJ, but frankly, Game 2 should have been a debacle for me, and I was lucky to even like stay in the. There's 2 players that have been in foul trouble this entire finals, and they both play for my team. And Karl Anthony Towns and Stephon Castle. So I'm losing like minutes galore compared to these guys. And honestly, like Mikal Bridges kind of saved me the other night from just an utter collapse. So it's not looking good. We're still in it, but we need a big night tonight. We need Stephon Castle to go for like 38.
All right.
Yeah, and he's due. So
I believe.
That's what we're expecting.
We'll be rooting him
Yes.
on. Jaguars mandatory minicamp the next 3 days. What are you looking forward to the most?
Yeah, just to see if they can kind of stay in the groove I'd say they've been in offensively with the operation and the execution. And I'm interested to see if they do more like 2-minute quick situational stuff because they seem so far ahead of, a normal pace for an offense. So, but yeah, really excited about, just seeing them throw the ball around, and it should be a lot of fun, and see how the defensive backs are continuing to progress. So we'll talk about that coming up on the Frangie Show. We're going to have our Scholar Athletes of the Year, which will be very exciting.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's going to be, we'll do that at 4:15. Congratulations to Kyla Skinner and McCarthy Crenshaw. So we'll certainly look forward to hearing from them again, and it should be a fantastic close to what's been a exemplary group of student athletes this year for the Scholar Athlete program. Just sensational. So these two richly deserve it, and it was a very very crowded field.
Oh, absolutely. By the way, will you watch any of the College World Series?
No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just no.
I get it.
Yeah.
Our team's not in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I just don't want Georgia or Troy to win it all. That's what I'm hoping.
We've turned Tommy into a baseball fan.
Good.
So.
I've been checking it out.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I'll start doing like NFL preview stuff. but yeah. So anyway, fun Frangie show coming up.
All right, sounds
All
good.
right,
Thanks,
thank you.
Hayes. All right, before we get out of here, just want to remind people, walkoffcharities.com,
Yep.
that's where the auction items are listed, and you can bid for as many as you would like.
Yeah, Frank said
Fantastic.
there's competition.
Yeah.
Georgia, Florida State, and Florida. Let's see
right.
who can
Yeah.
bring it.
That the 4 tickets with parking to the opening. That
Yes,
you
the
should
Jacksonville
jump on
one, too.
that. Are you kidding me?
Bortles jersey. I know you all want it.
Yeah, the boat.
Travis Hunter, tons of good stuff. And yeah, the Frangie Show will come up live here from Deer Creek following us. For Tom McManus, for Taylor Dahl, for RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks. Also, thanks to our engineer, Aaron Williams. These deals are made for talking. We will talk to you tomorrow. And oh, by the way, live at Lynch's on Thursday.
Uh-oh.
First World Cup game.
2 to 4?
2 to
On a
4.
Thursday afternoon?
On a Thursday.
Oh, no.
Mexico,
Sending
South
Taylor to
video.
Lynch's.
No
not
video.
A good idea.
Mexico, South Africa kicks off at 3 p.m. to begin this World
Yep.
Cup. So obviously Mexico, one of the host stations. But yeah, that'll do it for us today. Don't go to where the Frangie Show is next.
But you ain't been right yet.